Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Elm Creek. Once we've done the planting. This sprayer here doesn't seem to have the option for a double application rate, which is unfortunate. I mean, now that we're doing this, can we change the application rate and turn it to a double rate? I know that with the slurry spreader, you do have this option to change it to a double application rate. So we got that. It's 140 litres per minute. Now I'm pressing that button that is coded for doing a change of application rate. It's not making any difference whatsoever. So that's clearly not going to do anything here. At least not with this sprayer. Maybe the fertilizer spreaders would do it. If we get a fertilizer spreader, then maybe we can see that. But we're not going to be able to get that one until a little bit later on. We need to get some more crops out of our greenhouses. And we also need to get some more... we'll need to get our grain sold. That's going to be sold in the winter. It's either December or January that we're selling those. The prices will be best. And... so there'll be more stuff coming out of the greenhouse, then we can go and sell. I think we'll leave everything in the greenhouse until that time, because I think that's the best prices for the greenhouse crops. And we'll also sell all of our grain. And there's going to be a big chunk of money will come in. How big a chunk of money will come in, I don't really know. We'll wait and see. We haven't actually got that much land, have we? We've split our crops up a bit. We'll have a look in a minute. I need to go and have a look at some of the other sprayer options. Well, the solid fertilizer option, that's the one that we're going to look at. We'll have a look at the solid fertilizer option, because then we can see whether or not we want to have that one to do our... like, if we can do a double application rate, then we've only got to do one pass across the fields to take care of fertilizer. And I don't like doing fertilizer. It's a boring job. Unfortunately, you don't have the option to turn it off. In FS15, I think it was, there was an option for 3 rounds of fertilizer or 1 round of fertilizer. You could choose. You could switch off the big application rate of fertilizer and just have 1 pass of fertilizer, or you could have 3 lots. When you were doing grass, that was really good. You just had it on 1 round, and you didn't need to do anything else with the grass. Right, I think maybe from here there's going to be a little bit. You didn't need to do anything else with grass, because when you're doing grass, the first lot of fertilizer is done automatically after you mow, because you wouldn't need to put as much fertilizer onto grass as you would onto an arable field. So if you only had 1 pass of fertilizer that you wanted to do on your grass, you wouldn't need to do anything at all. It was all done for you. You go and mow, and then that's it. You don't have to go and do anything else. I liked that. You didn't have to worry about fertilizer in the slightest if you're doing grass. And then if you're doing arable crops, well, obviously then you do have to go do something. But that's a little bit different, because with arable crops in real life, you spend an awful lot of time spraying nitrogen and other fertilizers and that on your crops. At least you do in this country. This country, we do quite an intensive style of farming, and so a lot of fertilizer is put onto the crops. Our yields are like 3-4 times higher than what you would expect as a good yield in the US. And Canada as well. Like, we would expect a far higher yield than you would have over there. I'm not sure what mainland Europe is like. I think it's more intensive farming like we have. So I'm not going to go and spray the other 2 fields. We'll wait until after planting with them, and we can compare and see if this does actually work. Let's go up here a minute, like that. So we've got weeds. The weeds are now brown. They're all killed off on everything. So we can leave that. I can turn that off like that. I've got minor details of stones there. That's all fertilized. This one needs to be rolled, which will happen after planting. This one's had nothing. We'll leave it like that for a minute. There is nothing else I need to do for the month of September. Apart from maybe pick up that honey. Except I'm not going to bother picking up the honey, because it just kind of stores it in the nether, and then you come along and you just pick up the pallet afterwards, and it sorts it out. So we'll leave that, and we will sleep now, and then we can sleep again in through to October, which is when we're actually going to be wanting to harvest our oats. And we're going to have a few crops we're going to want to sell as well in another couple of months. Is there anything else? We are going to... So, there, we've just jumped through. Now, it's costing us about $1,200 a month with things that we've got, including the loan repayment. So, at the moment, the loan repayment is only $800 a month. And we have borrowed rather a lot of money. How much have we borrowed? We've borrowed $500,000 and we're only paying $800 a month. Which I suppose actually is about right for real life, actually. That does actually seem about right. What have we got here? Oh! We could start planting. I should have already started planting, actually. But I think we'll wait until next month. We'll plant a little bit later, and we'll do it then. So both the barley and the wheat we can plant in October, and so we're going to do one of each, and then they'll be harvested a little bit later as well. That's absolutely fine. I'm quite okay with that. So that means that we can get on and we can harvest that at the same time. So let's just skip another night, like that, and take us on into October. If we have no money left at all, which I suspect is going to be very nearly the case, the combine and also the planting and everything, we're not going to be able to use a hired help to do any of this, so we're going to need to sell some stuff first. We have 427. There is a great demand at the debris crusher at the moment, so let's have a look, see what these prices are. Scroll all the way down here to stones. Debris crusher is offering $191 per 1,000 litres of stone. We've got 4,000 litres. That's not a great deal. I mean, if it's doubled when we tip it into the top, that's potentially 400, close to 400 per 1,000. That's 1,600. It's not really worth a bother, is it? 1,600. It's not worth it. Right. Vegetables. These over here. Have a look at that. February is when it's the highest, and we're in October now. So it's actually at its lowest. This is not the time to be selling those those items. We want to store them up for a bit longer. What about honey? What's that do? Because we've got a little bit of honey that we can go and sell. I know we've got some crops on the trailer. Honey is March is when that's at the highest, so we'll leave that. So look at these then. Sorghum is January. Oats is January. Barley is January. Everything is to be sold in January. Right, well, in which case, we will just go and sell that lot over there. We'll load up the... Actually, we won't load up that honey. We'll just take this little bit here. We don't need to take loads. We've got a few hundred... We've got, like, 500 litres of lettuce. We've got 2,000 strawberry. And we've got 400 litres of honey. We'll go and take all of that and we'll sell it. So where we want to sell it, let's change this over. Honey. Fast food restaurant is actually the highest price at the moment. 3,000. Strawberries. Fast food restaurant is close to the highest. And lettuce. Fast food restaurant is the lowest, but we've only got one of those, the grocery mart. Strawberries can also go to the grocery mart. A little bit less. Lettuce, grocery mart, it's like 500. So literally it's 500 overall. This, we've got 2,000 litres. So I wouldn't lose that. And honey can't be sold at the grocery mart anyway. Right. If I go to the grocery mart first, what we'll be able to do... Lower that one down and leave it there. If I go to the grocery mart first, that will sell off some of the items on this trailer, and then the remaining items will be sold at the fast food restaurant. So the grocery mart is only just up the road. We haven't got to go very far at all for that one, if I remember correctly. That's the grocery mart there. and then that's the fast food restaurant. So they're nice and close, so we'll do it in that order. The honey won't be sold at the grocery marts, that's sold at the fast food restaurants, and we make our fortune. Well, not exactly our fortune, more like enough pennies scraped together just to keep us going for the next little while we get some crops planted and a few other things. You know what? I'm driving this one around. I'm heading off to go and do stuff. I've got the soybeans there. The soybeans will start doing those in a bit. I'm not going to worry about them just yet. But what I am going to do is, if I change this one over, there's beans, sorghum, oilseed, grass, wheat. So I want to plant wheat. This field over here, I don't want to put wheat in that one. So I'm thinking I put wheat in... I'll put wheat in this field here. Go for it. Actually, I want a bigger field for wheat. We'll put barley maybe in that field. Let's go bouncing out through here. Probably shouldn't be driving at this breakneck speed. It's damaging machinery, isn't it? We'll put wheat in this field right here. This is going to be our wheat field. I'm going to do a pass along the top end of the field up here. And then I'm going to run it up and down. Actually, thinking about it, that one over there might be bigger than this weird-shaped one right here. But we'll go with this one. Along here. And we will plant this one with wheat. I have done that one pass along there. And then turn. That's just so, because we're always left with a little bit of a triangle bit there in the middle. So I figured that if I sort of do it like this, then we won't have that triangle bit left. And off you go. So that field there is going to be planted with wheat. We'll do barley. Actually, I might just do barley over there so that we've got the two crops next to each other. And then those two over that side. One will be sorghum. I don't know what the other one will be. We might do both sorghum. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Doesn't really matter, does it? Right. So that one's now started doing planting, which is one important job out of the way and being done. And I need to go over here. So we will sell off the whatever crops can be sold in here. And I will do that by reversing up into that entrance right there. Just bring them around like this. Honey is not accepted here, but the rest of it is. I'll take those straps off. It's a little bit easier on it. And there's the money coming in. I love watching this. I really do. I love watching those crops just disappear off of the pallets. Money pouring in. It's absolutely wonderful. So there's almost $3,000 right there. Now we're going to go and sell the honey. We won't get a great deal for it. We'll get a lot more for selling these items in, I think, the honey is March, is it? So for this one, I mean, storing the honey is quite realistic because that stores for a long time. But like the strawberries and the lettuce, keeping those for the entire year and then bulk selling them just once a year, obviously completely unrealistic. Those crops, there's no way that they would last that long. But I'm still going to do that in this series. Now, in likes of my time-lapse and the hardcore series, I'm doing it a lot differently in there. Although I am still keeping the crops for like a month or so in the time-lapse series. They are lasting a while. And there's another 1,172 for the honey right there. Now, that's a low price for the honey. It's one thing I really love about playing on the easy economy. You look at that. That's October. That's one of the lowest prices. What's it going to be when we come round to March? I'm not picking up any more honey. I'm going to wait until March, and I'm going to gather all of it up, and I'm going to bring it across the road here to this one, and we're going to sell it for an absolute fortune. It's going to be awesome. So, I don't know how much that's going to be, but, I mean, if we're getting almost $3 grand per 1,000 litres at the moment, this trailer is very weird. When you go around the corner, it tilts in like that if you go fast. Very peculiar the way it does that. I don't know why it does it, but it does. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's bring you over here. you can be unhitched. I don't actually need you for anything now. Do I need to do anything with this tractor? We will need to roll after we've done the other bits, and I was going to see if we could do the spraying as well. So I think I'll roll first, and then we'll do the spraying. Next up, we want to harvest this field. Look at this one right here. We got plus 83% yield bonus. I don't know if we picked the stones up off of here properly or something. Something didn't happen anyway, so it's not got the full yield bonus, but there is some. Alrighty then. So I am just getting into doing the oats. I'm just coming back to doing some more recording. I have got a few new mods here. Actually, I'm going to fast forward time a little bit, just so that we get the shadow off of the field there. So I don't know how far we want to go. Let's have a look in here a minute. It's going to be sunny all day until quite late. So we can go forward like a couple of hours, and then we can slow it back down again. Go forward 2 or 3 hours at least. Let's go 11. We'll stop about there, I think. So we'll run that now at 1 times. And if I just press H right there. Start him going. Oh, the trailer was over there. That's why you did that. And we cut that field there. Right. One thing that I do have is it is currently on euros. So let's just change that over a minute, shall we? We can go down to... No, it's not in that section. It's in that section. So we'll go to dollary dues and miles, and I'm going to leave it on Celsius because the Fahrenheit thing, that doesn't really make any sense to me. What else have we got? So I'll let that one just start doing its stuff in there. We do have you planting wheat in here, so you carry on planting your wheat in there like that, and we're driving up down the field just here, planting that. We've got this one here, barley. I wanted to plant barley in one of the other fields, so we'll need to do that as well. I'm going to leave that. I've got a GPS mod now, or the GPS that's off of the main mod hub. I do have that one available now, and I'll use that. This field here, like I said before, is pretty much going to stay where it is. The mods that I was... I genuinely can't remember. I added quite a few to this lot. Oh, I know the one. Right. Let's just watch Combine a minute. It's the instant wash one. We're going to try it. It is a mod hub one, so no doubt some of you will have seen it. But we'll just kind of watch this for a minute because there isn't actually going to be very much harvesting here just for this, so we can see this happen. We've got it's an instant wash, and what you do, I think you just go up to the vehicle and there's a button that you can press, and it basically has a sound at least of water. I don't know if there's any kind of animation, but then the vehicle is instantly washed. You don't have to get the pressure washer and stand there. And it's not overly realistic, but I thought it'd be perfect for this series because it's not overly realistic. We're not worrying about the realism in this series. We are dealing with just trying everything out, that kind of thing. So we're going to do that. The other one that I've got is a loan limit increase. At the moment, our loan is limited to $500,000. The loan limit increases the loan to $10 million, which means that we now have a whole load of extra money at our disposal if we want it. Yes, we do. We're going to buy more land, and we're going to start expanding things out. I'm going to use all of the tools that are available to us to expand things out, so we're going to expand out the farm. So what I'm thinking is, now that we've got this 10 million, yes, there are going to be some heavy interest charges on the 10 million. I'm quite okay with that. It's going to just give us a little bit of a challenge to see if we can actually pay back the loan eventually. I mean, I'm hoping that we can. That is the general idea. So this little field that we've got right here, this one's not going to be ploughed up again. It's going to be turned into additional yard, and we're going to build at least one shed here. We got bees over there. I will possibly move them away. I don't know. We may leave the bees where they are for a minute. If there's a shed there with its back to those bees, that would actually be alright. We would use the track occasionally. And then, other than that, we'd kind of leave it. And that wouldn't hurt the bees too much. The silo right here, we've got room behind it now that we could add some extra space. The pallet there for the honey, that one, I want to move that. I'm not sure where I want to put it, but... Well, I guess it could stay there, actually. For now, I guess that one could stay there. It's not really going to be massively in the way. So, we've currently got 1,400 litres of soybeans. Now, one of the things that I did say that I wanted was pigs in this series. I'm doing other animals in other series, so this one, pigs, is something that we're going to go for. And I do ask questions about how we... Like, I can no longer do a poll on YouTube itself. I could do a poll on another website, I think, and then you post a link to it, and it's a bit complicated, but anyway. But what I am doing... started doing this over on Discord. For anyone who is in the Great Book of Names, I wanted to give something that I said a long time ago was a perk of being in the Great Book of Names, and that is you get to have additional input into things that happen in the series. And so, to that end, on our Discord, if you're in the Great Book of Names, you have access to additional channel that you can talk in. I think it's one additional channel that you can talk in. So it's like not massive amounts, but most of what I say is for everybody anyway. It's like, but there is this one channel that you can talk in, and so I am starting to post questions in there once or twice a week to ask people what they would like to see done in these different series. What would you like me to do? And so that's going to be something that is for the Great Book of Names. I will occasionally ask questions in videos, so you can reply to those as well, but it is something that I've long said is a perk of being in the Great Book of Names. It's because that's also part of the YouTube channel membership thing. So yeah, that's where that's happening. Now, open vehicle options, John Deere. If I go to N like that, that is the mobile workshop one. Right, instant wash has currently it's the insert key. I'm not going to use that one. If I click on there like that, I will press M. Because when you're on the ground, M isn't used for anything else. So we will use that. Save controls. Okay. And then we'll back up. So, what I should now be able to do, it doesn't actually show up because there is a priority on vehicles. So, there's a few things that don't show up on the list. But if I go up to it like this... Okay, M doesn't work there. I've got to get a bit closer there. How does instant wash work? I thought you could just go up to it and press M. Have you got to be in it? In it to win it. Ah. So there is an animation and everything, which means, so you when you're in the vehicle, you press M and it instantly washes it. So let me just leave that one there a second, and we'll go over here. He has not actually finished. So, don't really know what he's doing here. He's done part of that run there and then given up. That's a bit peculiar. I'm going to put him over this side and he can carry on doing the planting. So it's going to go right there. And let that one carry on and do the planting. Okay, so he's going to carry on and do the planting. So we'll go back to this one over here. Now, if I press M, which is the key that we got it set to... Right, it does the tractor. Why isn't it doing the implement? It's done the front weight. Why didn't it do that one? How very peculiar. I don't know why it didn't do... If I start it up... I mean, I had it selected. Lower it down. Press M. It's doing the tractor. It is doing the front one. It's just not doing the back one. That's in the standard game thing. Alright. So, this whole wash thing, like, it's good with the tractor and that, but it appears that it's not going to wash everything. Unless I'm missing something. I might need to go and read a little bit more about it. Still not doing it all. It's not doing the baler. I've got the baler selected, it's hooked up, but it's not washing that baler. Right, well, anyway, so we do have this instant wash thing, which I thought was pretty cool, and we can use it occasionally, like it'll wash your tractors off, it appears, even if it doesn't wash everything else off. I think there is a shed that you can get that does kind of wash everything off. You just drive through the shed and it instantly washes the whole shed. That I really like. I think that's really cool, and it's something that we might actually try out. Now, the next thing, so we've gone and done the stuff over here. I want a shed. Just trying to think how we're going to... Okay, let's go into here. How are we going to do our farm, right? This is what we need to figure out. We've got $4,000 at the moment. We don't need to build up a load of money because we have a load of money available to us from a loan. So we've got that field there being planted with wheat. That is planting with canola. We will make this field a little bit bigger at some point, I think. Not just yet, but we will. We've got room to put a third greenhouse down here, which we will put across that way. Jimmy J posted in the Discord a mod, because we support a site called Simply Safe Mods. Modders post stuff there, and like it's all the original links and that. And there's one which is ambidextrous greenhouses, which basically means that I could put one greenhouse here and another one next to it, and have the pallets on the inside, so I could just run up through the trailer and pick the pallets up on both sides, but the water tanks would be at the same end, and that's the advantage of it. I don't actually have it installed at the moment, but I think that's something that we might consider using, and maybe get an extra couple of greenhouses here. I'm not sure. So that's... didn't want to come out of there. That's the greenhouses, and that over there. Pigs, we kind of want to... We do want to go into pigs, and I'm not going to go into any other animals just yet. We'll stick with the whole pig idea. This field here, I'm kind of thinking that we could join it together so that we've got a longer field. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.